We have a big election coming up on November the 5th. But what are the candidates proposing to cure the housing problems? After all, I feel we have a housing problem in the United States. Let's cover what both candidates are proposing to do with the housing crisis that we have. Let's get after it right now. And welcome back to the Living in Utah channel. I'm a local real estate agent, and if you do need any help buying or selling real estate in the state of Utah, I'd be glad to help you. And we all know that whether you're a home buyer or a renter, you're having to dig deep into your pockets to afford housing. Probably over like the last 10 years, it has just all shot up. Whether you're renting a place or buying a place, it has gone up. We also have problems with housing supply and affordability, and I think that these levels, they're very critical. So, as we go to the polls, many voters are worried about what is going to be proposed to help them out. What are they going to do to help out you and to help out me? After all, housing is on everyone's mind, along with inflation and the cost of living and immigration. As I look at some of the recent polls that have been produced, and it's always changing, approximately 18% of voters have not decided who they're going to vote for. And in no way am I suggesting that you should vote for one person or the other person. I just want to put forward the proposals that both have laid out on the table. And let's go dig into it a little bit to see, will it be good or will it be bad? So let's just take a moment to get an idea. Where do we stand today with the housing issue? Well, nationally, when we take the whole United States, we are approximately 4.5 million homes short. We have a classic supply and demand issue. I have a joke out there that I say from time to time, you may have heard it, that I have found the 4 million homes. Just go on Airbnb. There's probably approximately 4 million listings. Now, I know some of those listings are people renting out their basement or renting out a room, but there are many complete homes, the whole home that you can rent, or the townhome or the condo. That is inventory that has been pulled for the market being used as an investment. That takes away from a potential home that you could put an offer in and purchase and live in. First off, in no particular order, let's take a look at the Harris proposal. She would like to give $25,000 to first-time home buyers for a down payment. She also would like to remove some of the key tax benefits for investors who own 50 or more single-family homes. There's also a pledge to build 3 million new homes over 4 years, and a tax incentive for home builders to build more starter homes and rental properties. Let's take a deep dive into some of the proposal. Okay, the first proposal, $25,000 for first-time home buyers. I think that is great. Every first-time home buyer does need a little bit of assistance trying to get into a home. The one thing that I don't like about that particular proposal, I think is great, and I'm not saying $25,000 is a small amount of money. It is a large amount of money. But if you're purchasing, say, a $525,000 home, you take $25,000 off and you're left with, say, $500K. When you have an interest rate of 6.5%, your payments are way up here. But if you had lower interest rates and you were financing the whole $525,000 at 3%, your payment would be significantly lower. The $25,000 would only lower your payment by a small amount. But if we could reduce the interest rates from, say, 6.5% down to 3% or even 4%, your monthly payment would be drastically reduced. She would also like to remove some key tax benefits from major investors. It sounds great. I think one of the problems that we have is investors have turned homes into rental properties in vast, vast numbers. There are big companies out there buying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes. So for any investor who has over 50 homes, they would like to take away some of the tax benefits. The only thing I see wrong with this, what's to stop a investor, you buy 50 homes under XYZ LLC, and the next 50 homes under ABC LLC, so that you still get the tax benefits. So I think it needs a little bit of work, but it's a step in the right direction. Harris campaign would also like to give some tax incentives for those who build starter homes. I think this is great. Encourage more newer construction on starter homes. So I think it's a great proposal. I guess I'm a little bit shocked that it's coming from a Democrat, because typically this is a Republican tool that they will use. But hey, I'm all for it if it helps with the housing problem. Let's take a look at the Trump proposal to help with the housing problem. Mr. Trump would like to reduce illegal immigration and ban mortgages for immigrants lacking permanent legal status. He would also like to open up federal land for home construction. He would like to eliminate costly regulations to help make homes less expensive to build. He would also like to encourage construction of homes in areas where land is cheaper. Let's take a look at the first thing on the list for Mr. Trump on reducing illegal immigration. Well, if you deport millions of illegal immigrants, it would reduce the housing demand. There would be less people needing housing, whether it's rental or purchase. But on the other side of the coin, a lot of immigrants in the country are in the construction industry. So you would reduce your labor force that we need to build more homes to keep up with the supply problem. Second on the list for Mr. Trump, he would like to open up some federal land for home construction. My question is, where are we going to open up the federal land? Most of the federal land, at least about 90% of the federal land, is in the western states. Great, that could help out the western states, but what about the eastern part of the country? Do we have land available that we could open up to build more homes at a more reasonable cost? Also on Mr. Trump's list, he would like to eliminate costly regulations. And I agree, there are some regulation barriers slowing down the construction of new homes. So yes, if we could eliminate some of those. But on the flip side of the coin, I would not like to see all regulations eliminated. We do need some standards for home construction. Otherwise, just shoddy homes would be built and roofs would blow off and we would have leaks, etc., etc. So there is a downside when you deregulate. Also on Mr. Trump's list is he would like to encourage construction in cities and suburban areas where land is cheaper. And I agree with this. I drive by many locations where there was a business and it has gone out of business and the property is just run down. Nothing's being done with the property. Maybe on a state level or federal level, we could go in, purchase that land, and put up some townhomes or some single family homes, some starter homes. Purchasing the land at a lower cost means that the overall price of the home that is built would also be a little bit lower. So the bottom line, in conclusion, I think both political parties have an uphill battle trying to sort out the housing crisis. We need to sort out the supply and demand issue. I think if you combine both lists and really work hard on the issues, I think something can come about. We can get people into home purchases and also rental units a little bit cheaper. But on the dark side, the flip side of the coin, both parties over the last 8 years have not done pretty much anything to solve the housing problem. But I do encourage every person to go out there and vote. Vote who you think is the best candidate. If you have any kind of questions, by all means, reach out to me. Glad to answer anything that I can. Till next video, take care and stay safe.